Good morning, students. Today we are going to be doing gnocchi. I'm going to show you how to make that. I think we have done it in class, but we are going to do it again. It's something that you really need to perfect. And with this gnocchi, we're going to be making a beautiful tomato sauce with some bacon, garlic, and a little bit of fresh herbs. If you run through the recipe, it's 160 grams of cake flour, 400 grams of cooked, dried out potato that's been grated. So literally we've boiled the potato, we've dried it in an oven, 100 degrees for about an hour plus minus. You take a grater and you just grate it in and you get the beautiful fine pieces together. Right, so let us start. So we've got our potato. It needs to be as dry as possible. We're going to throw it into a big bowl because we're going to mix it together. Here we have our cake flour. One whole egg, preferably free range. There we go. Now we're just going to mix it together. Just first with the fork, just to get it all nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get stuck in with my hands and get this really into a beautiful dough. Okay, now that we have the gnocchi dough in a ball, we're going to take and just move it into a smaller bowl again, which is a lot easier to work with. While we're doing this, we're going to put a little pot onto the boil, some water, bring it to the boil because when you throw the gnocchi in, it needs to be hot water. Okay, then the secret to this as well is when you start rolling it and shaping your gnocchi, you need to use corn flour. And reason being is if you use cake flour, all it's going to do is add more flour into the gnocchi and it's going to taste very floury. So what we're going to do with this, what's nice about corn flour, the minute it hits the water, disperses from the actual gnocchi, so it doesn't stick to it. Okay, so remember, while rolling it, take a little ball like it, get a little bit of corn flour on the edges, and we start rolling it into like a sausage. It needs to be pretty thin. Make sure that if your gnocchi is too thick, it's not going to cook into the center of it, so please be careful about that. Okay, so that's about one, that's perfect. I'm going to take a second one, a little ball like that, a little bit of corn flour, and roll it. Okay, and this would probably make about 6 portions of gnocchi. Beautiful gnocchi with a nice side salad, you can't go wrong. Get a little bit more corn flour into that. Don't cover your whole kitchen with corn flour, so try keep it. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to use this a little bit for the demo. Water's coming nice to the boil. I'm just going to wash my hands quick. Okay, now what we do is we take our knife and we cut it into even sizes at a little bit of an angle, just to give it a little bit of a shape. Fantastic. Right, I just need to get myself a slotted spoon. Water's come to the boil. Take our gnocchi, gently throw it in. And the nice thing about gnocchi, it all floats, or should I say, it drops to the bottom of your pot. The minute the gnocchi is ready, it floats up. So it's a very, very easy dish to know, and it is so easy and so simple. A lot of people don't know how easy it is to make gnocchi, otherwise they would make their own at home. Then as it goes in, give it a nice stir so it doesn't stick together. I'm watching the pot now, it's all on the bottom of the pan, and as it floats up to the top, you know it's ready. Okay, so that has taken all of 2 minutes to cook. You can, if you could see into the pot, it's all on the top of the surface. Take a nice slotted spoon and gently take it out into a bowl. We now have the gnocchi in our little bowl. It is cooked at this stage. If you were going to use it for another day, This is where you would take it, refresh it, put it into ice cold water, stop the cooking process, portion it out and freeze it. So all your extra dough that you have, make sure that you first boil it, portion it and then freeze it, but remember to refresh it so that the cooking process stops. So now we're not going to do that, so we're going to carry on, and something that just makes that gnocchi really beautiful is we pan fry it. And it crisps it up. It just gives it that beautiful golden outer edge, a little bit of olive oil into that. Going to give that some time to cook on each side. You want it nice and golden brown, and then when you bite into that gnocchi, it has a beautiful crisp, and then it has that soft center. And we today are going to make a beautiful tomato sauce to go with it. Okay, now you can have a look at that, how beautiful and crispy and brown that is. Just before we finish, we're going to add some pepper. Never ever forget to season your food. Some salt. Give it one more little flip. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Right, now all good. We're going to take it off the heat. We're going to put it to one side. And we are going to start our sauce. You can use absolutely any sauce you want. Today we're going to do a beautiful tomato sauce. Nice and simple. Stuff that you would have at home. So just with regards to the ingredients, students, and everyone else, cooking enthusiasts that are watching my video, we have some celery. That's about 2 sticks of celery, 1 small carrot, 1 clove of garlic finely chopped, 1 small onion or half an onion finely diced, and then some bacon cubes that have been roughly chopped. In the pot, we're going to put some little bit of olive oil. We're going to bring that up to the heat, and we're going to start off with our bacon. You can hear that beautiful sizzle of the pan when you know your oil's hot enough. Give it a little stir. Oh, the smell of the bacon is just incredible. Okay, so as soon as the bacon's halfway ready, what we're going to do is we're going to add the onion first. That's going to be the next thing that needs to cook down. So, bacon's going so well here. I wish you guys could smell this. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, bacon's good. We're going to add our diced onion to the pot. Next we're going to add our carrot, because that takes a little bit of time to cook down. So with this recipe, we're going to keep it as a chunky tomato sauce. So we're not going to blend our carrots and our bacon and that. So we are going to keep it that it's just cooked down, it has a beautiful crunch to it, and it just gives the tomato sauce a nice body. Okay, that's been going now for about 3 to 5 minutes. Carrots are nice and not too soft, but they're softened. We're going to add our celery. That about another minute. Be careful it doesn't stick to the bottom. If it does, okay, if it starts sticking to the bottom, what you need to do is add a little bit of water and deglaze the bottom of your pan. Spray all that beautiful, tasty sediment that's stuck on the bottom of the pan, which will go into the flavor of your sauce. And lastly, what we're going to add is our beautiful, one of my favorites, garlic. Remember, only add garlic right at the end, because if you add it too soon, it bitters your dish. So garlic doesn't like to be cooked for long, maybe a minute. your liquid. So I'm going to give that 1 more minute into the pan. And if you want to have a look at that, we've got whole peeled tomato, and all we've done is we've taken our hand blender, we've blended it together, and we add it to our sauce. Just to cover your ingredients in the pot. This is now where you can get creative. You can add some parsley is beautiful. Oregano is one of those forgotten herbs that's very Italian. Some basil, anything like that. Something that's going to complement the tomato and the bacon. Even some thyme. And lastly, we're going to add some sugar just to sweeten up that tomato, to take away that edge. Dissolve the sugar. Add salt and pepper to your tomato. Be quite generous with your salt because tomato takes quite a bit of seasoning to get it to a beautiful flavor. Some awesome pepper, lovely cracked black peppercorns. Give that another stir. And one of the most important things which most chefs forget is to taste their food. So we give it a little bash, try and get a bit of everything together. Definitely a lot more salt. More pepper. Another little thing you could add to this is a little bit of chili, just to give it that little bite. So another stir. Perfect. I've left my sauce to simmer for about another 2-3 minutes just to get the tomato to concentrate, and we're ready to dish. So we take our gnocchi into our bowl, dip into your tomato sauce, make sure you get some beautiful bacon bits, some celery, some carrots. And lastly, what we're going to do is garnish it. We have some beautiful chickweed, which we're going to use. You could use anything here. You could use some parsley. And like any beautiful Italian dish, always finish it with some olive oil. So a little bit of olive oil. And lastly, my favorite thing is some cracked pepper, just so it gives it that beautiful look. And there we go. You have amazing potato gnocchi, tomato bacon sauce, and it is absolutely delicious.